Okay, I called this transmuting and conquering attachments for a refined reality. We got the sun and moon in the third house, Scorpio. Sun and moon in the third house. Scorpios, how much brand new colors you've been seeing with people close to you? How much things did you hear your friends, siblings, somebody close to you express, and when you heard it, you was like, "That's how you really feel." I didn't know that's how you perceive things or thought about things or how you feel about things. So and it's a sextile. So when it comes into anything the Scorpio needs to see, needs to be anything that God and the universe wants Scorpio to be aware of, to be able to see when it comes into what's a restriction from holding it back from building its reality, structuring things. Oh, best believe God and the universe manifested that, Scorpio sun risings. Best believe. All right. I ain't named this shit transmuting and conquering attachments for a refined reality for no reason. And a lot of the times, who the fuck be the people that is closest to who can convince us the most and persuade us to do a lot of shit the most of the time? Our third house people, you know, the people's closest to us, the people we texting the most, our best friends, our close social circle, they're the ones that could influence us to do a whole bunch of shit, positive or negative. So I think Scorpio is starting to understand, like, how much of that third house space can linger off on it at times. And, just having sun and moon in the third house with Capricorn in there, this is why Scorpios are very fucking serious about their siblings and their close friends and shit. They're ready to fuck you up over disrespecting their siblings and close friends. Saturn, they so fucking serious. And especially because Scorpio is one of the most misunderstood signs in the zodiac. So when they develop that tight union with a third house member, whether they just super tight with their family, their brothers and sisters, or they have a best friend or two or close friend or two that they're very tight with, that's why they ready to die for them. They're ready to go in for them because Scorpio don't look at making connections out in the world that easy at times for a lot of Scorpios. So not all, but a lot of them. So when it comes into these few relationships, they honor them like a motherfucker. Okay. But with that being said, now that the sun and moon is in the third house, as much as you honor these relationships, as much as you place effort, Capricorn in the third house to build up your relationships at time, now the sun, especially around this new moon time, it was a time for you to gain more awareness and clarity as to if this energy is reciprocated. If your close friends and whatnot, like, if these people you're willing to go all out for are reliable and dependable. Capricorn, Earth, dependable, reliable. So it may have been some new revelations in this space, whether they are or not. Um, and another thing about the sun and moon and another thing about the sun and moon in the third house, it brings such a level of intuition as far as how third house habits, uh, you know, well, yeah, you got Capricorn here. So, Capricorn want to use, and the third house dealing with familiar knowledge, familiar talents, and habits, and things you've been new. So when you got a lot of planets lighting up Capricorn, Scorpio, you're always gonna get tapped back into something that you already have, something you already know. Something form of knowledge or something you're just real familiar with that you can use in order to structure something or transform or help you build. So I think a lot of y'all around Scorpio season, I mean, excuse me, guys. I believe a lot of y'all in this season have been able to get back in tune, back in touch with a form of knowledge or wisdom you already know. It may be even like it may be something that's real business oriented too, because it's Capricorn, and it may have been reintroduced by an actual sibling, close friend, right? Somebody you already have a familiar relationship with. Okay, they may have reintroduced certain things that could help you with what you're building now, or it may just be a whole new idea about something dealing with structuring, building this, that, and the third. All right. So we got that going on. And now with the sun and moon in the third house, harmonizing with Uranus in the seventh house. This is why Scorpios, okay, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Scorpios, this is why there's another sign right now. They like cancers too. They ain't got the time for your ass if you on some bullshit. If you dating the Scorpio, don't get mad if they being moody with you is probably your last days. It's probably your last days if they being moody with you right now, because they're in a state of they're very sensitive to things dealing with attachments right now. Scorpio sun risings. All right. And on top of that, intuitively with these type of placements, they're gonna feel like Scorpio sun rising, they're gonna feel like you could get replaced with somebody that honors my time and energy and what I'm trying to build in my life some more. But that's what it is. They do got the sun and moon in the third, and it's hitting Uranus in the seventh house. So when you're making connections like that out your air houses, they fuck around, have a friend, sibling, be like, yo, man, fuck that motherfucker you dealing with. Look, bro, Shorty says she wanna fuck with you. I know you held up on Shorty, this, that, and the third, but listen, just take this joint on a date. You got your third house partner connecting you out into a seventh house opportunity right now. Okay. Uranus in the seventh house in general, trining the sun and the moon. Expect the unexpected in your partnership, Scorpio sunrise, and expect the unexpected from a expression point of view, how your partner really feel about something in a relationship. Maybe something that they end up accidentally expose themselves with this week. And you're gonna have to make a decision on how you want to deal with that energy, you know. Another thing is with this alignment, when you get the sun and moon, harmonizing with Uranus in the seventh house, a lot of Scorpio sun risings, you're gonna feel empowered to either take control of something in a partnership. And I don't mean to say that from a negative perspective. It may be a business partnership and you feel like there's something that needs to be applied and you need to be extreme about letting that be known so y'all could just get to the next level with something. When it comes into your intimate partnership, it may be something that you feel like, yo, listen. For me and you to keep fucking with each other, this needs to be established. The communication is going to be set up like that. You're going to have to get in this type of bag. All right. I'm going to work on making the changes I need to make. But if you really want this shit as much as I want, there needs to be some law here. So you might have to get in a little bit of extreme bag, a little bit Scorpio sun rising. And if they can't understand you're coming from that energy because you really passionate and you care about the potential that much, then they're not even a partner for it. Intuitively, they don't fucking get it. They don't fucking get it. You know, you should be able to notice when somebody is so fucking passionate. It's like a nigga that be like, it's like a nigga that be just doing a bunch of bullshit. And his girl just be wanting to spend time with him. And then they both be busy. So the times that they supposed to spend time with each other, he's still being lackadaisical. He's coming to the crib late, showing up to the date late. And then she start blacking on him, like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why I gotta go so hard to see you? And the time that we do have to link each other, like you showing up late to stand the third. He's so emotionally unintelligent and out of whack. If he's not understanding, she's not crazy or she's not just being a emotional emotionally uncontrolled woman at the moment. She's just fucking passionate about this connection and is like, nigga, damn, you just leaving your shorty hanging out here. Like, do you like me? Do you care about me? But he's like, yo, you bugging out, you acting crazy, is that third. Like, leave a nigga like that. Leave a nigga like that, ladies. If he can't even get why you mad and frustrated about wanting to spend time, see the nigga, this, that, and the third. Especially if you one of them women that are like patient and understanding. You dealing with a nigga really trying to build some shit and shit. You patient and understand about his process. But it's like, damn, can you at least make the time that we are sharing with each other? Can you make me feel like that's really my time and you was looking forward to that? So I just say all of that to say, I was about to say ladies, but everybody in here, Scorpio Sun Risings, I just say that to say, if you finna jump into a bag where you really want to use this sun and moon energy harmonizing with Uranus in the seventh to establish an energy in your relationship to empower the relationship. Whether you feel like you gotta come at it intensely, maybe you feel like you gotta come at it intensely because maybe you try to come at it fucking calm and gracefully, and the motherfucker wasn't getting it. All right. So now you like, yo, this is my last go round. If I got it, I'm gonna express this shit. If they don't understand, and they don't fucking understand. So if they're not intuitive enough to pick up your frustration, knowing that it's coming from the intention of wanting to see the potential of the relationship, then why would you even stay in this? Why? Why would you even stay in a situation like that? All right. So we got that going on, Scorpio sunrise, and then we got the sextile to Neptune in the fifth house. All right. So I got these energies out the third house, harmonizing with Neptune in the fifth house. You probably got your friends, cousins, and siblings encouraging Scorpio to take some form of creativity and push that shit out to express it. You're dealing with a lot of potential energy right now, seeing how something that you're familiar with, a talent, knowledge, or information you've been had, something that you could easily teach people with your fucking eyes closed in your fucking sleep, but you're realizing the value behind it. You're realizing the value behind it. You may know a whole lot about skincare. The only reason you know about this shit is because you got fucking eczema, and ever since you was little, you and your one of your parents is a holistic motherfucker. So as you just little, your parents never let you go to the doctor's center. They was always doing home remedies on your at this all third house shit, third, fourth house shit. You're doing home remedies on you. So ever since you were a teenager, this and that, you was a teenager, you start giving your friends started breaking out in high school. You like, girl, homie, just use this, that, and the third, or blah blah blah. So this is common knowledge, knowing how to take care of things in your face, protect your wellness. This is a time right now that sextile to Neptune, something that's familiar to you in the third house that can be used to build structure, bring management to people. You're starting to realize there's a value, there's a demand for that. There's a crowd for that. There's a crowd for everything too, family. Every fucking thing. And you starting to realize how you can push that out. You can project that, and that can possibly bring some transformation into your life. So any type of spiritual callings to do things like that, especially if your third house relationships are saying it, God can't do nothing else, Scorpio Sunrise. God can't do nothing else. I'm so that's like, you feel me? So we got that going on. Then we got Mars and Capricorn trining Jupiter in the seventh. So Scorpio Sun risings, like if you know better, you do better. It's just so much things you're just looking above in your relationships. So that example I just used about Scorpio Sun rising being intense, trying to get their partner to know, like, yo, what the fuck, I just want to spend time with you, this, that, and the third. Why I gotta fight so hard for that, this, that, and the third. Jupiter in that seventh house and shit right now. I'm forgetting that's in there too. All that, like, you having to use your intuition and be like, yo, Scorpio sun rises, don't be fighting a motherfucker with this, that, and third. Yeah, I know with Jupiter in the seventh, y'all really not. I know y'all really not allowing y'all. I mean, it could get intense just because we're dealing with intense energies between your relationship houses, and there's a new moon time, and then Uranus is involved. So Uranus could just make things intense. It could be the sunniest day in the world, but if Uranus energy is in that mix, somebody could fight. It could be a walk in the park, but two squirrels might be boxing like a motherfucker. While you like, damn, baby, you see that shit? Look at them two squirrels fucking each other up. Yes, Uranus is in the air. Something gonna be intense. All right. Motherfucking squirrel got another squirrel in their headlock. I'm like, I ain't never see. I'm from the hood. I ain't never see no shit like that. But but when you're looking at that Mars and Capricorn at the third house, trining Jupiter in seven. This is why Scorpio Sun rise. Remember, Mars is your ruler, so they feel so passionate about establishing what they feel like they know in their relationship. So that's why you'll have the Scorpio Sun rising trying to bring this ideology to their partner, to their business partner, about how things can expand for the better. But this is also the same reason why they have low tolerance right now. This is the same reason why they have super low tolerance for the lack of effort and the lack of connection or the lack of reciprocity in their relationships, because Mars is urgent. Mars transforms, Mars rids energies. And for it to be in the third house right now and it's hitting Jupiter in the seventh, it's see anything that every single thing that Scorpio Sun rising knows about people and relationships. It, like, it's sensitive towards all green and red flags. So it's really not hard for you to see what type of energy your partner's in, if it's worth it, this, that, and the third. Intuition is just too loud, but you just got to be careful, because right now with that alignment, you could be extreme, being having impulsive reactions towards certain relationship experiences right now. If you could just kind of detach, if you really feel like it's over, or certain things are expired, or you can't deal with certain things, if you could just detach, then detach. Don't try to get the last word. Don't try to leave your last anything. Don't like, be careful of that, Scorpio. This ain't really the time for that with the type of intensity you have around these areas. And uh something I was just about to say, I forgot. Damn. Something I was just about to say about that placement. Mars is urgent, is being extreme, is impulsive. Um oh, okay. For you guys that are single too, for you guys that are single, that's not in no relationship or anything like that. Scorpio sun rising, you know, this is somewhat of a mating space. You have Mars in your third house, so you're in a space right now. Well, you could connect things that are familiar to you to others in the seventh house in general. But at the same time, when you have Jupiter transit in the seventh house, it pretty much been mating season for y'all since Jupiter came into the seventh house. Once again, this is a strong alignment for like marriages, and this could be the year bumping into certain mates or bumping into certain spiritual family members or whatnot. So you just want to keep an eye out on how certain people that's come into your life the past year, how they've been a positive influence. They've they've helped encourage positive transformation or negative transformation, because Jupiter is going to test you. So with Jupiter in the seventh house, but it's hitting Mars right now, you may be attracting certain space, certain energies where you're dealing with negative projection energies that's taking you away from, transforming in a positive way, transmuting energy, all the positive Mars like influences. But if you're noticing there's so much intensity and friction and resistance, then that's Jupiter seeing you if you're gonna allow yourself to stay in that right now, or if you're gonna use this Mars and Jupiter trying to just overcome it, right? And not allow yourself to be condensed, to a situation where you're not appreciated or you're not dealing with, mutual understanding in some type of shape or form. All right. So Jupiter will test us in those type of ways, right? Throw us right into a cycle or right into a situation where we thought we brought the cycle to see if we're gonna jump right back into it. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's how Jupiter be rolling sometimes. You know, what the fuck is what is you learning anything if you can't pass a pop quiz? You niggas knew you was gonna take the test on Monday when I told y'all on Friday when y'all was leaving school. But y'all ain't know y'all was gonna take another follow-up test on Wednesday. It was a pop quiz, motherfucker. I'm gonna see how much y'all really know. All right. So that's how Jupiter be moving sometimes. And then last but not least, that sextile to Saturn in the fifth house. So Scorpio sun rises, man. I'm gonna keep dragging y'all um no, I'm bugging. My bad. I'm thinking about Cancer rising with Scorpio in the fifth house. So this is Pisces in the fifth house. Excuse me. But yeah, no, still, no, fuck that. Still, Scorpio sun rises. Y'all ass still be having that Pisces in the fifth house. It's water in the firehouse, to still be trying to be behind the scenes with every single thing creatively. And I think with Saturn getting into this fifth house, man, the whole year you've been trying to understand and learn how to structure something for creative expression, but you don't want to be in structured mode forever, Scorpio sun rising. You have to learn to embrace some of that energy and take some of that Saturn influence in the fifth house to cultivate things dealing with water, your creativity, connection, teaching others, healing energy. Saturn's been trying to see how you can construct all that to present it to present it, to be an example for it, to gain attention for it. And when I say gain attention for it, it's not just to have attention, but to gain attention for it from a perspective that you're giving people awareness about something. All right. So I think a lot you guys are going to be downloading heavy around this time as far as what some of those things are. What some things what things the Scorpio, this is the question I want Scorpio to go to sleep with. What can I present on the stage that can help the stability of others, emotional stability, mental stability. As easy as it is for you to answer that question, that'll probably let you know how much you've probably been running away from the stage, because you're able to answer that question so easily. All right. And last but not least, my Saggies. All right, my Saggies, which is the neighbor sign.